Hi, this is Ted Matthews, and I'm going to do another presentation here that I haven't done. I apologize for a long time. Um, and it dawned on me that I've never really talked about what the program that I have looks like. So, what I'm going to do today is talk a little bit about what's the difference between how this program works and how other clinics work. And it's not a matter of which one is better, it's a matter of seeing the difference and what we can do with those differences and how you can use perhaps both if you need to. For one, when we talk about psychiatrists and meds and so on in rural areas, it's difficult to find psychiatrists. It's difficult to work with psychiatrists on med issues, and I have always thought that the best thing to do is to work with a therapist along with a psychiatrist, and that meds oftentimes should not be used in long term, 6 months, a year, something like that. Obviously, some people need them forever, but a lot of people just need to be able to get through their time so they can work on issues. And I would always strongly recommend that if you do see a psychiatrist and you're on meds, you do therapy also to help you get through that situation. So hopefully in the future you won't need the meds. Now, the program that we do is based on need, and what I found was people will call oftentimes because they have a 5 minute question, and one of the things that clinics can't do is answer the phone and give you an answer about whatever question they have. And so one of the things that's really important for us is we answer those questions. We do the best we can with people from all across the country calling and asking what they can do, who they can contact, how they can contact them. Those answers may be out there somewhere on the internet, but a lot of people simply don't know how to find them. So one of the things that we focus on is finding those answers and finding people that may be able to help them in other states as well. Now, we work with all kinds of different organizations that deal with farming and rural. Farm business management is a crucial part of our work. Extension, also an important part of our work. We work with the Department of Ag, and we also work with farm advocates and farm mediators and the crisis line. And all of those things combined make Minnesota probably the best state in the union. I can't think of any other that has the things that we do when it comes to rural mental health and to farm issues as we see them. We work closely with all of those groups, and it's very helpful because we know each other and we know what we're able to do and what we're not able to do. I would never tell anyone how to be a farm business management instructor or an extension agent or a banker. So I work with them, I do my end, they do their end, and that works pretty well. So we have a very extensive group of people that we work with. It's a fun kind of thing because they know who they can call also to get information that they want for, perhaps a bank client or an extension person or whoever. So it's a group process, and that makes it very unique because with clinics, and I have absolutely nothing against clinics, thank God we have them. But with clinics, you have to set up an appointment, and it may be 2 months in advance, and um, it's an hour session, and it's at their office, and it's a setting that is good for a lot of people, but it's not good for everyone. And a lot of people fall through the cracks. For one, they can't afford to see a therapist. And so that is, again, this program is funded by the state of Minnesota, so the cost is non-existent. For two, they may be in a rural area where there aren't any therapists, and we go across the state to work with people and help them. Of course, we also do some Zooms and so on, which I'm old, so I'm not really big on Zooms and so on, but I do them. I would much prefer doing Zooms after I've seen the people live, because then I get a feel for who they are and how they feel about things, and I like that visual effect. So after that, then I already have a preconceived idea of what they're about, and I can go from there. So that's really helpful for me. Now, what we do, I don't know how many phone calls a day, but they're all related to some type of stress on the farm, or at least in a rural area. And when we deal with that stress and when we deal with those issues, it's important that they understand what goes on as far as the process goes. When I see families, as an example, I like to see each individual person, and then I bring the family together, and then we work together. Now, in a clinic setting, that's far more difficult. I don't give them diagnosis, because diagnosis is for insurance purposes, and we don't do insurance. So I can see individuals, and they can tell me what they see is going on in their family, and when I bring them all together, I have a clue as to where people are, where that's more difficult in other situations. So that's something that oftentimes we can do that's difficult in a clinic setting to do. Their comfort level is really important. The fear that you're trying to fix someone, or what I hear often is, it's not that bad. I can still handle it. And so, we focus a lot on, yeah, you probably can handle it, but why would you want to? Why wouldn't you want to lower your stress? Why wouldn't you want to feel healthier? If you have a cold, you might be able to get through it without ever taking any medications or without doing anything. But if something will help you to get through it sooner, why wouldn't you? So that's kind of the concept. And working with those individuals, they don't necessarily need any diagnosis at all. It's more a matter of, how do we focus on getting from point A to point B? How do we make things better, healthier? And farming and rural changes so fast that it's difficult, and there's a lot of situations that are there now that were never there before. So when we focus on those things, we need to know how to direct that. Now, that's enough for today, I guess. So what I will do is I will have a part 2, and hope to have you join me for that later. And you have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.